What's up guys, it's the Hockey Radar tracking drafts and prospects, and in today's video we have another prospect news report where I look at some of the top prospects from the different leagues around the world. If you like content like this, make sure to go check out the rest of my page for tons more prospect videos, including my recently released top 15 ranking for the 2026 draft. Before we get going, we have a quick question to answer commented on my last video. Who do you think the Bruins could target if they get 2 top 10 or top 15 picks? This is a great question and looking quite likely as they hold the Leafs first rounder who currently sit near the basement of the East. And although they are off to a hot start, I do expect Boston to regress a little bit, so 2 picks within the top 15 could be likely. If I were the Bruins, who already have potential centers in Minton, Poitras, Higgins, and Letourneau, I would definitely target a defenseman and a winger at the draft. Say they get the 12th and 14th overall picks, I would go after left shot potential top 4 defenseman Carson Karels and left wing power forward Adam Novotny. This would give the Bruins a much needed defensive prospect on the left side, and a winger who I think perfectly fits the Bruins culture, and they have a strong history with Czech forwards in David Krejci and Pavel Zacha and others. Thanks for the question, and as always, comment any questions you have down below and I'll make sure to get to it in my following videos. Now, onto the news report. As always, starting in the NHL, as of Friday, November 21st, we have a 3-way tie for first place in rookie scoring, all with 15 points, between Ivan Demidov, Bennett Seneca, and Matthew Schaefer, and if the season were to end today, that would most likely be the top 3 Calder finalists. What's most impressive to me out of those 3 is 13 of Seneca's 15 points have come at 5-on-5 play, compared to Demidov's 9 and Matthew Schaefer's 8. Seneca is already showing to have an impact at even strength, so just imagine what he could do with more power play opportunities. Right behind them, we have another 3-way tie with Artem Levshunov, Oliver Kapanen, and Jimmy Snuggerud all with 11 points. It's great to see Levshunov and Kapanen do so well, as I'm sure they were on no one's list to be in the race for top rookie scoring this season. In net, Jesper Wallstedt is off to a very strong start with a 5-0-2 record and a .926 save percentage and 2 shutouts for the Wild, as he finally seems to be breaking out and living up to that first round selection several years ago. Down in the American Hockey League, Isaac Howard was sent down by the Oilers after Hyman's return, and he's already up to 4 points in 2 games, so I would expect a call back up soon, especially with Edmonton's mediocre start. Seattle Kraken's Jaeger Fergus is up to 18 points in 14 games for Coachella Valley as a 21-year-old, and I would love to see him get some NHL action at some point this season. Calgary's Matvei Grudin is up to 15 points in 15 games as just a 19-year-old after being sent down, and with the Flames most likely being sellers this season, I have no doubt that Grudin will be back up with the team in no time. Carolina Hurricanes 2023 second rounder Felix Unger-Sorum is up to 14 points in 15 games as the Canes continue to find talented players outside the first round of the draft, and Sabres 19-year-old Konsta Helenius is up to 13 points in 17 games for Rochester, and considering the Sabres' terrible start, I am surprised he hasn't gotten a call up yet. In net, 23-year-old Blackhawks goalie Drew Commesso has a .921 save percentage and a 2.39 goals against average for Rockford, and along with 24-year-old Spencer Knight, the Blackhawks crease looks solidified for the next half-decade. Canadians' Jacob Fowler has a 6-4 record with a 2.11 goals against average and a .921 save percentage as he has helped Laval maintain first in the division. And lastly, Devin Levi is off to a mediocre start, and despite a 7-3 record, he has a 2.98 goals against average and an .888 save percentage, as I wonder if the Sabres will start to shop him, or if he will ask out of the organization. Speaking of that, Brad Lambert of the Winnipeg Jets, former first rounder in 2022, has been given permission by the team to seek out a trade, and I am sure there will be a decent amount of interest for a former top prospect. Over in the CHL, they have named their leadership group for the Prospects Challenge. I made a video regarding the upcoming 2-game series against the US men's U18 team, so make sure to go check that out on my page. Brantford Bulldogs' Caleb Malhotra will sport the C for Team CHL. He is next up in my 2026 draft series, so stay tuned for that next Saturday. Wearing the A's will be Giants defenseman Ryan Lynn and Armada defenseman Xavier Villeneuve, both of whom will wear a letter for both games of the series. And then Blazers forward JP Hurlbert will wear an A for Game 1 only, and Raiders defenseman Daxon Rudolph will wear the A for Game 2 only. Congrats to all players, as this series will be a great chance for them to showcase their skill against the draft class and a great chance for them to add to their draft stock. Speaking of JP Hurlbert, in the Western Hockey League he continues to dominate at just 17 years old, now up to 40 points in 23 games, putting up over an assist per game pace. He is quickly creeping into late teen, potential top 15 territory for next June's draft. 2027 prospect Jackson Jacobson is right behind him with 38 points in 20 games for the Wheat Kings as he makes his early pitch to be a top 3 pick in 2 years' time. Caps first rounder Tarek Periskak has turned it up as of late with 31 points in just 19 games, as the Capitals have just been hitting on all their picks in the last few drafts. Brother of Dylan, Luke Cousins is up to 30 points in 25 games, which included a 7-point performance earlier this month, as the undrafted forward might get some attention in the second or third round at next draft. And in net, Sharks first rounder Joshua Ravensbergen has an 11-6 record with a 2.73 goals against average and a .915 save percentage, as he is trying to secure a backup or third string spot on Team Canada at the World Junior Championships. Over in the Ontario Hockey League, this time starting in the crease, Carter George has some rough numbers with a 3.13 goals against average and an .899 save percentage, despite Owen Sound being a pretty good team this year. He seems like the consensus starting goalie for Team Canada, so hopefully he can pick it up over the next few weeks and go into the tournament with some confidence. 2026 draft prospect Ryder Fedorov of the Ottawa 67s has some outstanding numbers with a 1.9 goals against average and a .913 save percentage, as the American goalie looks to be a top netminder at this year's draft and is committed to Penn State. And Canucks second rounder Alexei Medvedev has an 8-4 record with a 224 goals against average and a .922 save percentage, helping London maintain first in the division. Leading the league is still Seattle's first rounder, Jake O'Brien, up to a whopping 40 points in 20 games. Third in the league is Mammoth's first rounder in 2024, Cole Baudouin, with 33 points in 19 games, serving as co-captain with Keishon Aitchison this year. Speaking of Aitchison, he is up to 25 points in 20 games, all while being one of the league leaders in penalties. This kid is going to be a force in the NHL, and Islanders fans should be very excited. Jets fourth rounder in 2024, Kevin He, is up to 21 points in 17 games for Niagara, as he looks like an early steal from the 24 draft class for the Jets, who are in desperate need of some solid defensive prospects. And Tampa Bay Lightning newly acquired prospect Sam O'Reilly is up to 21 points in 20 games as the captain for the London Knights, and although losing Isaac Howard sucks, Sam O'Reilly looks like a great return already, and Lightning fans should be excited. In the Quebec Maritimes Junior Hockey League, Felix Lacerte has taken over league scoring with 19 goals and 33 points in just 19 games, as I am sure the undrafted forward will get some attention at the draft if this production continues. Another undrafted forward, Justin LaRose, sits second with 33 points in 22 games, and in third is 2026 draft eligible forward Igor Shilov with an impressive 31 points in 21 games, as he is quickly climbing the first round rankings. St. Louis Blues first rounder Justin Carbonneau is up to 18 goals and 23 points in just 18 games, as they got a good one at last year's draft. Over in college hockey, the Plante brothers Max and Zam lead the league with 23 points and 22 points respectively, both for the University of Minnesota Duluth. Max, of course, is a Red Wings prospect, and Zam's rights belong to the Penguins, so look for them to bring him on at the end of the season. Michael Hage has entered the top 4 in scoring with 19 points now in 14 games, as he looks like he could be a solid top 6 center option for Team Canada at the World Juniors. Capitals prospect Cole Hudson has turned it up as of late, now with 16 points in 12 games, with a few highlight reel plays already this season. Expect him to be a major part of Team USA at the World Juniors, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him sport the C for the Americans, at the very least an assistant captain. Hawks first rounder Vaclav Nestrasil is off to a great NCAA career with 16 points in 14 games for UMass after a solid USHL season last year. Porter Martone is up to 14 points in 10 games with 36 penalty minutes, as he looks like he is going to fit in just fine in Philadelphia. In net, Jack Ivankovic has an 11-3 record with a .914 and a 2.08 goals against average for University of Michigan. He looks like a solid backup option for Team Canada, who has the potential to steal the starting role. Hawks goalie prospect Adam Gajan is having a great season for Minnesota Duluth with a 1.75 goals against average and a .923 save percentage with an 11-3 record, as he, Comesso, and Knight will surely make the goalie situation in Chicago very interesting over the next few years. That's all for now for the Prospect News Report. Tons of prospects turning it on as of late, as the World Juniors is around the corner. I will be making my rosters in the next few weeks and making videos on them, so stay tuned for that. Reminder that the CHL USA Prospects Challenge is in a couple weeks, so make sure to look out for that, and I will also be making a video recapping that series once it's over. Comment your thoughts down below and which prospects have impressed you so far this season. Like and subscribe, and stay tuned for tons more prospect content.